I'm going to the bathroom.
Seth is gone. Is that you, Seth?
Trouble Busters!
This is bad. This is bad. What's the matter? I accidentally used glue on my hair. My wedding is about to start in 20 minutes. My wedding is over at this point. Ellen, you still have 2 hours before your wedding. What? My name is Helen. I can't get over my nervousness and excitement since I have my wedding with Seth today. But on the other hand, I'm also concerned about how Seth has been acting a bit strange since last night. Hey, Seth, are you okay? I was worried about you because you wouldn't respond to my texts.
Oh, yeah.
So it must have been my misunderstanding. I'm sorry.
You know, why are there so many wedding guests?
Huh? Are you asking that now?
We're not doing our wedding for a show. It could have been more intimate.
Okay.
I'm going to the bathroom.
But the wedding's about to start in 5 minutes.
I'll be right back.
After that, Seth didn't return for a while. Since he wouldn't pick up my calls, I got worried and asked the security guard to check the restroom. You're lying! Turned out he blocked contacts from everyone I knew as he disappeared. When we checked the surveillance footage at the venue. Does this mean he was cheating on me? Ellen, this is bad. All your wedding gifts. This can't be true. Unbelievable. Due to an unforeseen circumstance, the wedding has been canceled. I'm very sorry, everyone. Because Seth ditched his wedding, I had to pay $50,000 for the cancellation of the wedding, in addition to $20,000 worth of wedding gifts to pay back to the guests. I don't know what to do from now on. We already got our marriage certificate in advance. Even if I wanted to divorce him, I can't do that because I can't get his signature. Not only did I lose all my money, but he humiliated me by ditching our wedding with the woman he's been having an affair with. He caused so much trouble to everyone who chose to celebrate our wedding, too. Don't you dare think this is over, Seth. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters. It's been 5 years since then. After meeting Alan through my connections from work, I'll be marrying him this Christmas. Hey, Alan.
Aren't you celebrating Christmas just a bit too early?
You too, Alan. Is that you, Seth?
Hey.
What do you want from me?
Huh? I'm back. Why aren't you welcoming me?
Don't you remember ditching me on our wedding day? I haven't heard from you for the last 5 years since then. Rather than welcoming you, I even forgot about you. It took me a while before I finally could forget about you after what you've done to me.
Will you please leave? You're not allowed here. Who the heck are you? I'm Helen's fiancé. What? That's not forgivable. I'm Helen's husband.
Ex-husband, you're no longer my husband at this point.
Oh, Helen, don't be like that. Let's just forgive and forget what happened in the past.
Who was the woman you left with on the day of our wedding?
Huh? Woman?
Don't even try me. Well, whatever, I truly don't care about what happened in the past. I just want my money back.
Money? You can't be asking me for money. I don't have a single penny on me. Helen, you still work at that company, right? Can I borrow about $5,000 from you?
Excuse me? What kind of audacity do you have? You're not my husband and I don't have a reason to be giving you $5,000.
I'm seriously broke, though. All I ate today was a bread crust. I want to have some sushi. If you can't afford it, you'll just have to suck it up. I wasn't talking to you. Oh, Helen, please. Aren't we still legally married?
Not anymore. You and I divorced 2 years ago.
Huh? What do you mean by that? How dare you file for our divorce without my consent? Isn't that illegal?
It's not illegal. We had no idea where you were and what you were doing in the past 5 years.
Why didn't you look for me?
Well, I ended up losing $70,000 in total because of you. I hated you so badly and I wanted to look for you since I lost my money. But then rather than spending the rest of my life living with a guy like you, I decided to tell myself that a $70,000 loss was worth it. So thank you very much for disappearing from me.
Don't you realize how much you hurt Helen? Not only did you run off with the woman you were cheating on her with, but you also stole all the wedding gifts. What? How'd you know?
Who cares about the reason? If you're not returning it to me immediately, I'm calling the police on you. Besides, how shameless are you to even end up showing up in front of me again? You committed a crime.
You can't be treating me like a criminal without even asking what happened.
You stole the wedding gifts.
There was a reason why I had to do that.
Okay, what kind of excuses are you gonna give?
It's not an excuse. It's the truth. It's not like I wanted to ditch our wedding.
What would that be?
I was working for a job that I couldn't tell others about. It was something I had to keep a secret from other people. Are you gonna tell us that you were a spy or something? I can't tell you guys.
If you're going to tell a lie, you should come up with something better.
I'll tell you the truth soon, so I need you to get back together with me.
I already know that you started a business with your girlfriend with the wedding gifts that you stole from me.
What the heck? Who told you that?
You probably didn't know that there were surveillance cameras at the venue.
No, there weren't supposed to be any. I made sure I confirmed that beforehand. You just dug yourself a deeper hole. Yikes!
Seems like there weren't any when you committed it beforehand, but they happened to install them shortly before our wedding.
How is that even possible? This isn't a drama!
Here, as you can see, we have pictures too.
But that doesn't prove that I voluntarily stole the money and ditched the wedding.
Actually, we have more evidence. Nice try.
Oh, wow. I think there's at least about $20,000. This'll be enough.
Now are you going to continue telling a lie?
How do you even have this video? This doesn't look like it's from a surveillance camera.
It wasn't from a surveillance camera.
Was someone secretly filming so they'd give the video to you?
One of the wedding guests filmed this.
I thought I made sure no one was looking.
Of course, you're great at going on about your wrongdoings after confirming that.
Why do you have to say it like that? You make it sound as if I'm always doing something wrong.
You can't call them something wrong, considering it's things that you do. Are you still going to pretend as if you don't know what I'm talking about?
Okay, fine. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, let's have you break up with that guy next to you so we can get back together. I'm not leaving. I won't let Helen alone for a single second, so please be ready for that.
Oh, Alan.
You're only gonna stay confident for so long. Our country doesn't allow dual marriage. Now that I'm here, Helen's divorce forms are invalid. This means that you and Helen will never get to marry each other.
Weren't you listening to me earlier? The whereabouts of a life status of a spouse remains unknown for a continuous period of 3 or more years. The divorce stands even if that spouse isn't present.
Huh? You're lying, right?
I waited for 3 years, but you never came back. And that was when I decided to talk to a lawyer about it to execute it.
So, are you saying that we're truly divorced?
That's right.
Even if the law permits it, ethical values don't. You ditched your wedding, and you're not entitled to talk about ethical values. What did you just say?
If ethical values have a heavy weight for you, you wouldn't have fled after causing trouble to so many people. You're always so full of words, and your actions don't prove any of it.
Even if I were to do something, I end up running into trouble. It's not like it's my fault.
You're always full of excuses, too. You need to fix your habit of walking away from things during the most critical moments. You'll end up losing trust from everyone. Well, I guess it's already too late.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you the truth. A few weeks before our wedding, please don't lay your hands on Helen.
In that case, we should flee from your wedding day after we steal the wedding gifts.
So then, I was threatened by her. It's not like I wanted to ditch the wedding.
Did you really think I'm gonna buy that lie?
It's not a lie. It's the truth among truths. People who say that they're telling truth among truths are usually lousy with what they say. I want you to stay out of this. This isn't any of your business. Yes, it is. Helen is my fiancée.
If that woman was threatening you, why didn't you have a big smile on your face as you held her hand as you walked out of the venue?
She was so scary, and I didn't know what she'd do to me. So that's why I had to act as if we were a couple who got along.
What kind of weakness does she have about you?
Well, she knew that I accidentally leaked my client's information at my previous job. She even had evidence, and I couldn't run from her even if I wanted to.
Where did you meet that woman? I don't believe she was your colleague. And how is it that she knew about that incident with your client's information?
Well, I was at a bar called Sis, and I ended up telling her everything when I got drunk. I had no idea she was filming the conversation.
Something bothers me, though. Why is it that you were getting along with her so well enough to the point where you were running a business with her when she was threatening you?
Well, that was because I had no choice but to be her business partner because she was threatening me.
I see. You keep talking about your weakness, but it was your mistake that ended up leaking the information, right? You should have apologized for your mistake to your former CEO about it.
It was our client's information! If they were to find out about it, they would have claimed millions in damages!
I'm sure Mr. Turner would have been willing to help you out.
Things are different from the time when I used to work there. I heard a rumor that he's a completely different person now. There you are, Seth. Did you say something about the client's information? Eek! Mr. Turner, why are you here? Helen messaged me. She told me how you had the guts to show up in front of her now, so I decided to spend 2 hours on the bullet train, getting here as soon as I could.
Thank you very much for coming all the way here. Seth, you didn't leak your client's information, did you? I know you stole it.
That's not true! Sir, there was an inevitable reason for this. I am aware that you took out our client's information. Yes, it's true that I took it out, but I had no idea that the document was our client's information.
What? You're changing your story now? Didn't you say that you made a mistake that you leaked that information?
It was because I accidentally took out the document and it ended up leaking without me knowing about it.
You might as well tell the truth at this point. Your lie is getting sloppier every time you speak.
So you admit that you took it with you, but you're saying that you didn't know what it was. But I'm also aware that you saved a bunch of data on your USB before you resigned from us. That was because I wanted to give it to the person I was transitioning my work with. I see. I'm also aware that you handed that USB to another team member before you left. But then when we looked into your company laptop, we discovered that you were transferring a lot of other documents to different USBs on multiple occasions before you resigned. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you saying that there was a surveillance camera inside the office? There is no surveillance camera. But have you heard of a security system? What?
Did you think your company laptop wasn't being surveilled?
So, were you surveilling my laptop? Isn't that illegal? That's an invasion of privacy! It's nothing illegal. In order to improve our company's operation, we need to ensure we know what our employees are up to. You're the one who's committing something illegal. Besides, we saw in your search history that you searched how to steal client information without letting the company find out. We knew you intentionally stole it.
What? Did you really search that on your company laptop? You're about to summon not the police, not the SWAT, but the whole National Army.
Our company had to take a huge loss because of the leak of our client's private information. We sent you a sealed letter to your house, too. Did you not see it? I never got it.
Of course not. You were gone missing.
I'll tell you guys the truth now. Let me first state that I wasn't at fault for any of this.
Oh, is this another one of your one-man show full of lies?
Please, I'm sure you'll feel bad for me after hearing me out about this. I was actually kidnapped.
What?
Is that even true?
Are you saying that you got kidnapped on the day of our wedding? Did you really think anyone is going to believe that lie? We saw in the footage you had a big smile on your face as you fled the venue. You're going to tell the police the very same lie?
It's really not a lie. I need you to believe that I'm telling the truth this time. People who say that they're telling the truth this time are typically big fat liars. I want you to stay out of this.
Why did you get kidnapped then?
Ever since they found out that I accidentally took the client's information, they've been taking advantage of my weakness, and it's all their instructions.
Them? Was it not just your girlfriend?
She had other accomplices.
So you were threatened by those people to ditch your wedding and forced to steal the client's information?
That's right! Helen, I knew you would understand me. This is why you're my wife.
I'm not your wife anymore. Can you prove what you're saying?
What do you mean by that? I'm the victim!
Seth has been over in many ways.
What do you mean by that? Mr. Seth, you're under suspicion of theft and fraud. Please come with us to the station. What? Why are the cops here? It's because I called them. We've received reports not only for Mrs. Helen, but also for Mr. Turner, and even from your former fiancé. You're kidding me! Why are you here? Thank you for your time back then. I've been asked to assist in recovering the money stolen from Helen and Myra, which is why I'm here today. And above all, I must mention, I too am a victim in this matter. I heard you asked this attorney to help you file for bankruptcy. That's right. So what? Why did you file for bankruptcy? That was because I failed my business and I didn't have any money. I was scammed. Besides, why am I treated like the suspect? First, you were reported by Helen 5 years ago for stealing the wedding gift. Then Myra accused you of running off with her business funds. Mr. Turner also filed a report for illegally taking client information. And to top it all off, you've defaulted on your attorney fee installment plan. Does that all sound accurate? I was scammed! I didn't want to steal the wedding gifts and I never wanted to ditch the wedding! But I was told that Helen could end up in trouble if I didn't do it! I wonder if you're telling the truth. You lied when you said you'd pay the bankruptcy fees in installments without fail. From someone like you, any explanation just sounds like an excuse.
I told you that you need to get out of the habit of running or else you'll end up in huge trouble. You always think that you can get away with things. You expected others to clean up after your mess. You kept running during critical moments, and that's why it's turned into such a big deal.
Hold on a second! Detective! I need you to listen to what I have to say about it! Let me say beforehand that you're only going to strangle yourself by making false testimony. I've never lied in my life.
And that itself is a lie.
Myra was the one who came up with the whole scheme to steal the wedding gifts and also to steal the client's information. I had no choice but to do as she said because she was taking advantage of my weakness. You're saying that you were threatened, but do you have evidence for that? Evidence!
You don't have evidence because they're all lies. I gave all the evidence I had to the police.
You were captured in the footage. We saw you willingly take the wedding gifts. Also, you know exactly why Myra isn't here.
What do you mean by that?
Myra has also been consulting the police regarding stalking. After your business failed, you took what little revenue was left from the company, and the moment you found out Myra got engaged to another man, you started harassing her, didn't you?
What? Is that how far you've gone?
You're crazy! She said she's too scared to see you. You ran away on your own, and yet the moment she got engaged to someone else, you became obsessed. Do you really believe what you're doing isn't criminal?
I see. You ran out of money and your girlfriend didn't want you anymore, so that's why you had no choice but to come back to me. You're the worst person I've ever met.
That's not true! I don't want you to misunderstand. Helen, I love you!
You committed 5 different crimes and you're not convincing at all. Also, you made a false testimony in front of the detective, so you'll be charged with even more crimes.
Hold on! There wouldn't be evidence that I willingly did so, right? What are you trying to say? Oh, that was close. You almost got me there. I know you're trying to make me admit to what I did by flustering me. Okay, then. They're all true. But then I did everything because Myra and her new boyfriend told me to do it. I wasn't the ringleader. Can you guys prove that I was the ringleader? No, we can't. See? I knew it! In that case, I shouldn't be facing anything too heavy.
To everyone's surprise, due to insufficient evidence proving he was the ringleader, Seth was released after being held for just 3 days. After his release, he paid off the overdue legal fees owed to Mr. Cobweb. Just when it seemed the investigation might stall, something else completely unexpected happened. What? Are you saying you can't find him?
I haven't been able to reach him for about a week now. This is Seth's home, right? Where is he now?
I had a divorce with him. I'm not sure where he went.
There's one way to lure him out. May I have your cooperation? I knew you would find out. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Hey, why is he here?
All I did was to tell him about your favorite game, Trafami, but why is this all happening?
Sir, I'm very sorry that I didn't tell you about this, but your son has been prosecuted for several crimes he's committed.
He was also trying to get away without paying off the debt with me, too, right, Seth? This isn't fair. You can't be deceiving my dad just to lure me out. You're the one who's not being fair here. You paid off the money you owed to the lawyer and other debts with my money, didn't you? You're way past due.
Seth, you really didn't learn your lesson, huh? I can't believe you borrowed from Blue Financial Firm before you fled. Didn't you think what was gonna happen?
No! I wasn't fleeing. I was just on a small trip. You were probably gonna start another business in a town where no one knows you, so you could scare money off people again. No! I'll make sure I pay you back right now! I need you to forgive me for silently leaving. Dad, I need your help. Can I borrow just $50,000? I promise I'll pay you back in a month. Oh, please!
I'm not sure what in the world you have done other than the trouble you caused at the wedding, but do you really think I can afford to let you borrow that much? Look at this! I have a hole in my sock, but I can't even afford to buy a new pair!
I beg you! Can we maybe borrow it from someone? I'll truly end up in trouble if I don't pay off my debt with Blue.
I think it's a bit too late. You were clever enough to get away with stealing the wedding gifts and selling confidential information, but you can't give any excuses about how you're trying to flee without repaying Mr. Aiden.
What's going on? You said that you repaid the wedding gift soon after the incident. Well,
You've been lying to everyone around you as you fled from trouble, but starting today, you'll be living in a place where you can't possibly flee.
I don't want to go to prison! Then tell me everything that you've done honestly, and I can use my connection so you won't end up in prison. Really? Okay, I'll talk. I'll talk about everything. I willingly stole the wedding gift, and I stole the classified information from the company so I could start my new business. So please make sure I don't end up in prison. Would you be able to? Might as well forget about the money I owe you too.
Okay, that's it. I'll be submitting what you said to the police as evidence. It proves that you were the ringleader of what you've done.
What? Did you guys just trick me? This isn't fair!
You're the one who's not being fair. Not only did you ditch the wedding, but you stole the wedding gifts for the sake of your business. To add, you stole personal information and you showed up in front of your ex-wife again to see if she could pay off your debt for you. I hope you reflect on yourself in prison and pay every compensation and damages that you owe.
I'm very, very sorry. I made it this time.
Later, Seth was arrested for stealing the wedding gifts and unlawfully taking client information. He was found guilty in court and ordered to pay a total of $80,000 in damages and compensation. After serving his sentence, he briefly worked in forestry, a job arranged by Aiden, but it proved too tough for him and he ran off once again.
Huh? Where am I? How do I get home? I shouldn't have run to begin with. If only I knew this was gonna happen.
As for me, oh my god! I accidentally showed up in a Santa outfit.
What? How did that even happen? Well, actually, I'm wearing Christmas inside my tux.
Troublebusters.